The game, Gleyber Torres hit a home run, so it's 1-0 Yankees, and here's the full count pitch to Rizzo. Going to be a ground ball, first out of the inning, one away, 1-0 Yankees still. All right, everything looks good and running.
Presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You saw Gleyber Torres bet .438 this spring. Rizzo 8 homers in 49 games for the Yankees a year ago. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has 6 hits this spring, second most on the Yankees, and Max McDowell.
Oh, that's not the right thing. Where's my? Oh, gotta grab my playback device 1 sec. Now up is Kiner-Falefa, right up the middle, and oh, what a play! Oh, what a play by Scope!
Going hard to his right and throwing across his body, has enough on the
sheesh. Great range up the middle, then he throws off his falling off to his back foot. Jesus Christ, what a throw, what a play and throw by Scope.
Forget about that first pitch, Bob, right? I mean, that's a good, it gets to go again. This is
yeah, gets that deep, almost in center field, throws it on the move and gets the guy. What a play.
Yeah, you're always happy.
2 away now for Andujar.
Right? Sometimes they squeak through. That one typically would have. But you get outstanding defense, and you can still throw out of your windup and try to get the third out of this half inning.
They're going to be a lot better up the middle. There's no doubt about that. Miguel Andujar standing in. It's 2-0.
All right. But it is 1-0 Yankees, unfortunately, on the home run by Gleyber Torres.
Javier Baez is a human.
All right, now I got my chat up, so now I can see what everyone's saying here. All righty. Hey, what's up, Chaotic? What's up, Connor? Yeah, great play by Scope there. Up to 2 likes so far. Okay, so no one's left a like. I appreciate that. Maybe consider leaving one and we get a few people up in here. What's up, Daniel? But I guess we don't have to. We can just go with the 2.
Gives you a good solid throw. And they put a lot of work in this spring.
2-1 count. Let's see what the offering is here. That's going to be ball 3.
So far, he's been playing first base, basically spring training here.
All right, I appreciate the likes. There we go. Got a few more. Get some people up in. Tigers winning 8-6, maybe. Maybe. But hell yeah, Connor. Let's go Tigers. That was an amazing play by Scope. Yeah, it was Chaotic. Here's the pitch. Popped it up, and it'll be a full count again. What's up, JJ? From school now. This will be good until my sister Maddie comes home from her game. Well, there you go. Enjoy the time you have alone, you know. There you go.
And that's an honorable thing for Mickey to admit. And you know, he wants
all right. Hopefully everyone's doing quite well this afternoon. It's fucking cold up by me, but that's strike 3. Hey, there we go. Good start to the inning. Despite, you know, the first pitch of the game going for a home run. Outside of that, not bad. It's a commercial break. I'll unmute the game as soon as I can. And, yeah, it's a commercial break right now. Bottom of the first coming up. It'll be Baddoo, Grossman, and Baez. Baddoo, Grossman, Baez. And then the rest of the lineup will be Baddoo, Grossman, Baez, Candelario, Cabrera, Scope, Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, and Dustin Garneau. Again, this is probably some variation of what could be the starting lineup minus Garneau and obviously Barnhart playing. Yeah, great bounce back. Get 3 quick outs. I mean, not really quick outs, but, you know, didn't throw a ton of pitches there despite, you know, having to give up a home run. He threw 14. Not the greatest ball to strike ratio, 8-6, but it's spring. It's not the biggest deal. Torres has been white hot this spring, so it's kind of hard to deal with. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll go as long as we can with this game. I don't really see a reason why, you know, any kind of thing to stop. Yeah. Probably go about 7 innings on this game just because at some point they're going to, like, just bring out all the starters and, like, put in, like, Willie Castro and Harold Castro and, you know. No one really wants to watch that. They played that as a whole lineup yesterday, and I'm confused. I was like, well, who comes in for the backups? Do they just get to play a full 9 inning? See if they have a case to make the team? So, yeah, it wasn't a big deal to miss yesterday's game. That's probably why only the radio had it picked up. All right, game's back on. 1 sec.
Tiger Spring Training Baseball, presented by Mary
Grove Awning.
Third meeting of the spring.
Disney World sold out. Oh, damn. Universal is just as cool.
Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan.
You gonna go to Disney tomorrow?
Close to what AJ Hinch envisions going into the season. Interest in the Green Bat 7th, Torkelson 8th. They have never batted 7th or 8th. Actually, Torkelson one game in high school when he was a freshman on the varsity, his very first game. Then they moved him up. They faced Devi Garcia.
Come on, Akil, hell yeah. Well, that's good. At least you can go a different day. Sometimes Disney probably does sell out. It's probably pretty busy down there, I would imagine. All right, man. Enjoy Universal. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you dropping by, leaving a like. Good friend. Get the likes up closer to about 10 so we can get people up in. What's up, Paul?
Fellas, he has been so good.
I appreciate the like, man. Hopefully you have a good time at work.
Just looks so much more comfortable.
Hopefully the Tigers can pull off a dub versus the Yankees. Badu 1-1, swing and a miss.
Spring last year, which allowed him to make the opening day roster. You know, as a
Badu was like, yeah, it is true. I mean, you can become a standout player here in spring. I mean, Badu made the team. Yeah, man, if you're gonna stop that.
He comes ready to start.
Hey, Badu actually has his hair all unbraided today.
Spark at the top of the order. Talked to him about that earlier today.
Going with the more what appears to be fro-y type of look. It's your fry. Oh, you don't work Tuesday, Wednesdays? Hell yeah, there we go.
Great spot because you're scared or you got anything in your mind, it'll flare it right up. You got to get there and you've got a responsibility.
Here's the 1-2, and Badu strikes out looking. Garcia's the pitcher for the Yankees today. Do I have a link? Yeah, for $3,000. Just leave a like if you use it. Oh, wrong thing. I was shitting on so that's not the right thing. Hold on. I thought I had it pasted or copied to my taskbar. There you go. Wrong one. Ignore the Twitter. That was Jeff Darlington's Twitter. There you go. Just leave a like if you use the link.
If you take pitches, you got a chance to
Whoops-a-daisy. Foul ball by Grossman. It'll be 0-1. Grossman, then Baez. One away here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Yankees lead on a Torres solo homer. It was the very first pitch of the game. Then it was just kind of solid pitching from there on out. First pitch bad. The following 13 pretty good, except for the 6 balls. That was kind of bad. That'll be strike 2. Right. That was basically right down the middle.
It'd be interesting to me to see how managers.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jordan. Yeah, if they want to leave a like, they can. You know, if not, that's totally fine too.
You know, will it be something they try to wean themselves off of? You know, and
I'm just basically an easier. I'm just like a live Google.
Two infielders on each side. It'll be interesting.
But yeah, at least this site name is easy to remember. It's right there. Just I don't want to say it out loud, so it doesn't. You know.
Is that considered a shift?
Who went out? See that shift? One of the infielders.
100? Nah, I don't think so.
I didn't catch it.
That'd be pretty crazy, but I just want to hit 20. That's all I usually care to get for these live reactions. If I do a whole game, if not, then it varies what I'm okay with. Ball way outside, it count goes to 1 and 2. Good speed, 97. Sheesh. Absolutely no control, but it was very fast. You guys remember, you know how in Little League, or yeah, it's probably in Little League, right? There was always that one kid everybody hated batting against because he threw like fucking 90 miles an hour at like 12, but like the pitch was always a question mark where it was going. I hated those kids. I always got hit somehow because I refused to get out of the way and they just throw it at me. Not to mention I was also friends with a lot of the weird kids who could throw way too fucking hard. Our version of this was this kid named Travis. He was like 6'2" at 12, and he could just throw it the hardest I've ever seen a human throw the baseball, but absolutely no accuracy. He actually didn't make any of the school teams because of the accuracy problem. That should be the second out of the inning, and it is 2 away. Do you expect the Tigers to make? Yeah, I expect 85 to 90 wins. I think the Tigers should be a playoff team, 100%. On our World Series appearance from 06 and 12, and we are on 0. Yeah, Paul, I wouldn't look too hard into it. I know. The last few, that Giants World Series was really bad for us. We have 2 away. Now up is Baez. Tigers failing to get anything going really here in the first. Good pitching so far by, I think that's Leroy Garcia. Oh, Devi. Oh, whatever, dude.
So you gotta
I'm thinking of
believe that
somebody
the
else.
Yankees beyond Robbie Grossman and how he hits
Yeah,
the ball.
the thing is, if you think back, if you're trying to find comparisons to what this Tigers team reminds you of, because it is sitting there, right? Like, it's like, man, this team, they feel like an early version of the Astros, the White Sox a couple years ago, the Blue Jays a couple years ago, where the major issues really aren't on the offensive side of the ball, or like, I just got a notification for my stream. That's cool.
It's a much thicker lineup.
Yeah, they have very much like the '06 team vibes going on as well. But like the one thing you're questioning, right, is what's the pitching going to look like? And it's not even for a lack of talent. It's just such young pitching. You're just kind of stuck there sitting like, what are we going to be? We could be really good, but we could also have a fault year like '07, where things kind of just collapse in on themselves and we don't play that good. 1 and 2, but again, I mean, we could just explode. Like the amount of sheer talent on this team is wild. And the fact that they've all flashed what they can do once they get going, it's kind of like, oh, this is a really good team. And I actually think Jamer Candelario is probably going to have a career year this year. Like just because, okay, so one of my thoughts with him is he's for, I don't know, 3-4 years now been the only guy in the lineup. I mean, all respect to Miguel, but the last few years you don't really got to pay him the hardest respect. But like the only guy you actually have to be aggressive with is Candelario. And you know what I mean? It's
have that pitcher make a mistake his next pitch.
He suffered because of that. Like he was so focused on that, like he suffered as a hitter because of the fact that everyone else kind of sucks. So we got to pay attention to Jamer and we have to deal with him. Now he has protection in the lineup around him. I'm guessing he goes up into the 280s, 290s, hits probably 5-6 more home runs, doubles a lot more. Yeah, that'll be the third out of the inning as long as no one drops it. Oh. All right, well, the Tigers didn't really do much. 1-2-3 they go, but, I mean, it's 1-0 Yankees lead. It'll be Inciarte, Inciarte, I don't know. Locastro and Evans. The right fielder, Locastro and Evans due up here in the top of the second. Yankees lead 2-0. It's a commercial break. Oh, Nate Robinson. The bubblegum guy. It's crazy that Big League Chew really became a rallying cry in Detroit that year. In all seriousness, though, I don't think there's yet been a situation in baseball that's been as wild as a team that was as bad as the 2004 Detroit Tigers, turning it around and literally being in the World Series in '06. That might be the fastest turnaround I think baseball has ever really had the opportunity to be a part of. Oh, we're only at 6 likes. Dang. Or 5 likes, rather. Sheesh. Would everyone come through and take all their likes back? Or is that all we really thinking it deserves? That's all right. I'll probably just end the stream soon. I don't know. What's the point of doing this? People don't appreciate the content. Oh, well.
Said you're trying to mentally fatigue these guys. Are you doing that again this year? And if so, how do you do that in such a shortened spring?
Yeah, a little.
All right, here we go. Strike one from Rodriguez.
With, where you're at in the calendar. We've only been playing a few games, but you look up and we leave in a little over a week. So mentally trying to get them to understand the urgency you have to play this game with. We made a few mistakes yesterday, but I like how guys are starting to play with a little bit of urgency.
Oh, great play by Baez out in the field. Really glad we signed him so far. He hasn't really been good.
And it counts for real.
That's like the 4th error I've seen him make, and he can't hit for shit. What a terrible signing this is going to turn out to be. I can already tell. Might as well just put Willie Castro out there. It's the same level of defense and hitting. At least Willie's fast.
Oh, yeah.
There, another that shouldn't be ruled a hit. It should be an error on the shitty fielding of Baez. Runner at first because of the error on Baez, but they're not calling it an error, I guess. And no one's gonna make. Okay. Got the lead runner at first, so 1 away. What's up, Preston? Damn, it's literally just Preston here now and me. That's crazy.
That's a good example with torque, because that's a play you can never practice. Like we can hit fungos, we can hit little small soft rollers, the communication side, but that's where game action matters way more than just.
All right, runner at first, 1 away. Now up is Evans.
Timing. I mean, him knowing that the runner's going to have to hold up a little bit.
I know you guys are here. I don't know. YouTube's being weird then.
We're not trying to force it. You're just taking the.
It got all the way down to 1 viewer, so I was like, well, obviously that's just Preston. So I guess if people are coming in, it might be taking away viewers now.
Sometimes they got some spin on him.
And easy little line out.
You can see that. You got the young guys.
Yeah, Baez should have played that ball. That should have been the inning right there.
Make the team. Right. You know, what tests do they got to pass? But how do you bring these guys along in spring training?
Gotta hope this is spring training dust he's knocking off, because that's a bit annoying.
What do you got left?
For some reason, they gave that guy a hit too, which is crazy.
Are doing a great job. First off, I take them on every trip, whether they play or
They must have been ruled an unfieldable ball or an extra effort fielding attempt, which it's like, was it? Strike 1.
They're at the end of the bench. They don't spend a lot of time down here with the coaches, but
runner at first, 2 away. 0-1 count now for Guzman. I think that's who that says, right? Unless it's Cruz, man.
1 for 3, 2 for 3,
nope,
3
Guzman.
for 3 today, but that play actually tells me a little bit more about his
Here's 0-1, and that'll be fouled away 0-2.
And so I communicate with him. You know, Gibby, you've been in this chair before where I'm just brutally honest with him. Like, you haven't done enough to make the team yet, but you're here, and we just want to keep playing and just keep learning and keep. When you make a mistake, how do you respond to it? When you do well, how do you respond to that? So they're right where they need to be. We just don't have to decide yet. It's 10 days away from spring, from the end.
And as far as at bats, the at bats with everybody is shortened so much. How do you what's enough?
That'll be a ball.
I mean, it's funny. You watch these guys.
Runner will get to second, so now a base hit can make it 2-0, but it's 1-2 count. So as long as they can get a strikeout here or just get an out, the inning will come to a close.
The camp really hot. He's starting to now be in between pitches a little bit. Miggy I've talked to a lot, and again, I just believe in games. I don't. The backfield,
gotta have some good pitching right here.
Pitches, but the true at-bat management comes with games, and so they're not going to have the 40 to 50 at-bats that they normally are used to. And mentally, we've got to prepare them for it, because it doesn't matter whether we want it or not. We don't have the time to do it, and so we'll get them as much as we can this last week.
And that'll be a strike 3. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second. I'm going to mute this because it's going to commercial break. I guess that'll probably be the rest of the audience leaving. So thanks for tuning in. I guess I don't know. Oh, what's up, Phil? Doing good, man. How you doing? Candelario Cabrera Scope. Bottom of the second coming up. Your team got approved for a new stadium today, finally. Getting the fuck out of that dump that you've been in for a few years. The $1.4 billion football stadium. I believe it's indoor, too. I don't know if they're doing a retractable roof or not. I would imagine with the price tag of $1.4 billion, that's going to be a dome stadium at least, or at least like a lot of the new ones, like the roof will open on nice days. I kind of think that should be the standard. If you get a new stadium, I really don't think you should have it be only open roof. The retractable dome roofs are the way to go. All right, Paul. Have a safe drive, my friend. No, you guys won't do the cold weather games. You guys will never have another game like the Patriots and Bills game. No, you guys are going retractable because you guys don't like playing outside in the Buffalo weather. Your coach has like openly said that. He prefers to have the offense play inside. Like you guys practice inside. You guys just don't. No, you don't like having cold weather games. In fact, your coach literally blames the weather for why we won that game. So it appears that your team is now moving to make sure that weather won't impact your team anymore. Which is fine. I understand that. I personally agree with that. I hate weather. I really hate when weather ruins a game. I hate when people have that excuse. I hate that it's even a possible excuse. I hate outside games. I'm not going to lie. If the weather's not great, why the fuck is the game outside? There's no reason to do this in 2022.
Him as a cleanup hitter compared to Miguel Cabrera and Cabrera's willingness.
Yeah, I mean, the fans definitely do. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean,
I was going to ask
I don't. I think it sucks. I think it ruins the game, to be honest. Nothing like good football when everybody's slipping and sliding and no one can catch the ball, man. That's true football. No, it's not. That's literally just sloppy backyard bullshit. I don't mind cold weather. I hate sloppy conditions. Like if it's like 800-mile-an-hour winds, the muddy-ass field and it's raining. Like what? Why do that? Why deal with that? I also think baseball stadiums should all be built with retractable. Maybe I'm just personal about it, because the one thing I like about professional sports is like how good the game looks when it's played, and like how well these guys can play this game. It's mind blowing. But then like you add weather in, and they all just look like me without bad weather. It's like, well, I can do that. This isn't fucking fun anymore. This is awful. I'd rather watch nothing. I don't even want to watch this terrible weather. Is it a spectacle? Sure, but like I don't watch pro sports for the spectacle of it. I watch to see a game played professionally. Not well. Mac Jones won a game throwing 3 passes. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Unless you just don't throw the ball as a team and you're a running team, I guess.
It's just a matter of getting guys on base in front of him with Baez, Grossman, Baddoo.
Like I'm not surprised if the Titans only throw it 10 times a game. Like it's like, But they're not doing that because of the weather. 1-0 for Cabrera. Runner at first after a single by Candelario. Cabrera gets a hold of one and pops it out to right field. And 1 away.
Easy play for NCR.
Yeah, Pujols signed back with the Cardinals. Yep. Kind of an obvious thing with the DH coming back that he'd go to St. Louis. I kind of thought they were saving that role more so for their 900-year-old catcher, but
AJ was experimenting all the time. Of course, there was a lot of
I guess they're still going to run a catcher who's been around since the start of baseball back in the 1800s. Do you know in old baseball pictures you can just find random pictures of Yadier Molina's just sitting there? He still looks old as shit and dusty. God damn it. That's the only problem. The middle of our lineup is so slow. Like, if Cabrera, Candelario, or Miguel are on at any sort of capacity, that's just double play material. So Scope grounds into a double play, especially Miguel and Scope. That's literally just a free double play. So we'll go to the top of the third coming up. 1-0 Yankees. Devi Garcia is pitching for the Yankees today. Maybe I'm old school because when the NFL was first created, they played in such weather and had crazy games. Nowadays, we don't need to do that, but some people still. Yeah, Phil, I understand why people like those games. Like I said, it's a very personal thing for just like me. I don't like bad weather in sports. Cold, I totally am fine with just playing in the cold. But if it's like a blizzard or it's like raining cats and dogs, or if it's like 50-mile-an-hour winds where like guys like Josh Allen's passes are getting fucked up. Yeah, we probably shouldn't be playing sports in that. We should just close the roof up tonight. McDowell, Torres, and Rizzo. But again, if it's just like a cold-ass day, no, keep your goddamn roof open. You're playing football. It's December. It's supposed to be cold. That is a little different. I'm doing good, Kenny. How you doing? Then, like, if it's just slippery and nasty out for the sake of just, yeah, it's football. No, it's not. That's literally 20 years ago. We don't have to do that anymore. This is how people tear ACLs and ruin their bodies, especially trying to run at the speeds and the way that these strong dudes hit each other compared to back then. It's actually pretty unsafe to play in those conditions, in all honesty. I know it sounds nerdy and bitch-made to say that, but, like, Like a ACL tear is like a game. Every game there's like a guy tearing an ACL. And I feel like if we can eliminate some of those problems, go back to full grass fields, get rid of turf fields. Number one, go back to grass fields. By the way, that's how you fix a lot of these tearing ACLs, exploding Achilles. Do you know what the number one cause is, I'm guessing, of this? It's the switch to this artificial grass horse shit. It's something you can track to the rise of ACL and like Achilles blowouts, to like the use of fake grass and this hard turf rather than just using natural grass. It'd be so easy in 2022 for them to take care of actual grass. It's not that it can't be difficult for them now. It's not the 50s, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the early 2000s when AstroTurf was difficult.
And they really good players, so I'm happy.
Where the field was covered in 3 inches of water from a hurricane. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, why?
I'm happy for this year.
2024 draft in Detroit. Why do you hate it?
His thoughts on
You really hate Michigan, don't you, Kenny? Damn, Kenny hates the state of Michigan and all that brings to the state and how good that'll be for the city of Detroit. Because he hates Detroit for some reason, I guess. Yeah, fuck Detroit. They should never get anything, right, Kenny? Everything should always just be for the Green Bay Packers. Only the Packers should get anything. Like, only the Packers should be allowed to get anything. Right. Yeah, see? Only the Packers are allowed to have anything in the NFL.
Last end of my career, and I realized that's just Ricky.
All right, another error. Hell yeah. Great defense.
Tough play there for Candy. Not much you could do.
Hey, motherfucking I really hate bad defense. It's like my biggest pet peeve. There should be 2 errors on the Tigers right now.
Solid like they are since Alan Trammell was.
Wow, look at all them great plays defensively. Well, you can't do that in Detroit.
He can go to his left, he can go to his right.
Haven't seen him once do that in Detroit yet. All I've seen him do is make errors. Yeah, the infield has been awful again.
And I thought that was kind of funny.
The outfields look pretty good for the most part. The starters, anyway, the actual starters in the outfield, they seem to be able to track baseballs down. But what the fuck is this infield so far? Again. Well, I'm dropping it down to 80 to 85 wins after what I'm watching right now. I'm literally thinking this is going to be a bottom 5 defense.
Yeah, you appreciate it.
Gold Glover in 2020.
They ruled that a hit, too. Why are they giving them hits? Jesus fucking Christ. That's 2 errors that they've ruled as hits. What's up, Keith? I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm starting to get kind of peeved with this bad defense. We're a week and 3 days from the start of the regular season. This really can't be what the defense is looking like right now. 2-1 with the runner at first. Should be 1 out, but there is none because we can't play defense.
Be able to catch the ball up the middle, and I think that's where you get a Baez, and he's going to give you a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I agree that there are some things that should be ruled hits, right? Like if you're leaving your feet to make a diving play for a ball in the infield, and it hits your glove and it comes off, that's not an error. That's literally you making extra effort. Candelario should have barehanded that ball and threw it to first for an easy out on like the number 8 hitter.
Get to the baseball, tap the bat.
No, it was a 9 hitter of all things.
Torkelson can't come up with that.
What are we doing?
Behind first base in foul
Dude, catch the ball. What's up with this infield?
Turns around and he's got it in the sun a little bit. And if you can, you want to try and do a loop like a
He's lucky he didn't touch the ball, because if he does that shit, it's like a fair ball.
Right there.
Backpedaling, all of a sudden you realize you don't have that reverse.
I learned that the hard way. Listen to this shit. One time in high school baseball, right, I went for a ball in the corner of the outfield, and I fucking missed it just barely. And like it went foul off my glove. Like I was in foul territory when I tried to field it, and it landed foul out of my glove because like it hit off the top. And they're like, "That's a fair ball because you hit it." And the refs, the umps ruled it that way. They're like, "It's a double." Well, the guy actually tripled off of it because I was like, "What?" I was just kind of like, "Wait, I'm in foul territory and tried to field a foul ball. How is that fair?" They're like, "Cause it could have gone fair." No, it couldn't have. 1. Hey, there we go, a double play. There we go. That wasn't a guaranteed thing last year, so that was nice to see a double play turned right there. All right. Good job. The most routine double play I've ever seen. I actually have to congratulate these guys. They even look pretty surprised that they turned that double play.
They got it down to right around 4 seconds.
I guess it is scope. Never. I got to remember that it is scope playing second, so we'll probably get more double plays this year. I don't even know what the hell Willie and Harold were doing last year. They could not turn double plays in Detroit last year. It was like a 50-50. They'd get the guy at second, but the guy at first was usually about to be safe.
You've got to capitalize on that opportunity.
All right, Anthony Rizzo's up now with 2 away. Nobody on base after a double play. 1-0 Yankees lead, top of the third. Here's the 1-0. And Rizzo gives it a little bit of a poke and should be the third out as long as Green catches it 2 hands. There you go.
And that man, Riley Green.
That's what I mean, Phil. I think the refs got it wrong, or they thought I fielded it in fair territory. It's like, well, I was literally trying to avoid the wall. I had my hand on the fence as I was running like this. Yeah, it's a preseason game, Sports City. Like it's not even a question of maybe I was in fair territory and they just seen it weird. Yeah, it's supposed to be a foul. That's what. Trust me, I almost got ejected from the game. I started screaming about it. So did my coach, and we were like, "Dude, how? I'm like, I'm not even in fair." Because I could get the argument right if I maybe was in fair territory and tried to field it and I knocked it foul or something like that, right? That would make some sense. But it's like, no, I was literally like I had my hand on the friggin' wall like this, so I didn't hit like run into the wall. You know, it's a weird one. Because again, I get it. Like if I'm fair territory, touch the ball and it lands foul, I think that's a fieldable ball. But it's like, dude, I'm literally nowhere near. I'm clearly not even in play anymore. like the right field and wall, like I'm almost in that corner where right field and the fucking foul, like the fence meet. That's so like I'm behind the foul. I'm looking up at the foul pole, like this way of it. In right field. So it's not, it's like, I guess that's reverse. Cameras are weird. It's a commercial break right now. Bottom of the third coming up. Tigers hoping to get a hit here. Oh, they have a hit. Hoping to get a run here. It'll be Green, Torkelson, and Garneau. 7-8-9. 7-8-9. Green, Torkelson, and Garneau. One of them did, and the other one didn't, it seemed like. Yeah, if you touch it foul, it's foul. I don't understand how you can just gift a guy a hit. I had a lot of weird problems in high school baseball. A lot of weird shit happened to me. Still, my greatest moment was when I walked one time and I stole all the way home because I told everybody if I ever get walked, I'm going to steal all the bases. And I stole them all and then And see, whenever I steal third base, you know what the craziest occurrence is for me? Every time I've ever successfully stolen third, which is every time I've tried to do it, I've never been caught stealing a base. I have incredible base running ability. It's my one thing in baseball where I look at other people and go, if I was fast, I would be a pro ball player just because I could run the bases well. I understand sliding, timing, all of it, when to run, when to jump, to the point where catchers a lot of times just kind of they went to pump it, but I'm like 3 steps away from the base, so they just kind of throw it back to the pitcher. And then I walk the rest of the way. I call them strolling bases because I stroll into second and third base when I steal. And then I fucking look right at everybody and I mock the catcher's little fixing of his chest plate. And then I look at the pitcher and then I take a giant lead at second base. So halfway to shortstop. I literally go between second and third. I go halfway immediately when I get there. Just standing there. And it's like, well, whatever move you decide to make, I'm going to react and win this fucking foot race. You can throw it to third. I'll go back to second. I'm close enough to win that timing race. And if you throw it to second, I'm going to just slide into fucking third easily. And the second you throw that ball, I'm going to third base. What a play at second. Oh, that was shortstop. Oh, it was a shift. That's why. Riley Green is out to 1 away. Right, where the line near the ball returns to foul. If you were on the left side of the, yeah, exactly, yeah, I was there. No, that was. I mean, it was a shift play though, so they probably would have made it. Maybe. Yeah, that was my one thing. I walked a lot and I struck out a lot and I hit home runs, but I fucking stunk at a lot of things in baseball. But base running was probably my best asset. I literally, I'd pinch run often. Torque flies out, 2 away. Now up is Garneau. Literally, like, the only reason I think I played as much as I got to in high school is because I can run the bases really, really good, and I steal the shit out of them. I've stolen home 3 times. Do you know how hard that shit is? Well, every time I steal home, it's usually on, like, a slightly passed ball, and then I have to belly flop dive in there to get in on time. It's a risk. That one scares the shit out of me. I hate stealing home. I'd rather get hit in, so I count as a RBI. But I got 3 of them on my belt. Those are my most accomplished things. I've hit a grand slam. I've struck out the side. I've gotten a win pitching. I've thrown a shutout pitching. I've done all kinds of crazy things in baseball. I've gotten saves. You know, my proudest thing is stealing home base. Yeah, I would really like to get a run here with the starting offense. 1-1 here to Garneau. 2 away in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Yankees lead. I've actually led a league in home runs even. And it was my last year of Little League. I hit like, oh God, dude. I think I hit like 13 home runs. I think I hit 400. It was the only year I was a good hitter because, you know, I was fucking 14. Everyone else was 13 and 12. I was looking at some of them 12-year-olds like, hey, motherfuckers. I shouldn't have been in that league. It's genuinely, Keith, I can't throw hard. Like, I was going to be a closer. The hardest I can throw is like 73 miles an hour. I just never got velocity on my pitching. And that was when I was a bigger person. I had good sized muscles. I was in very good shape. I just could not throw it hard enough. And against normal pitching, I hit like 200. It's maybe like 175 maybe. Home runs, sure, like when I hit it, or doubles and shit, I had good power, but just, oh shit, that's gone. Hey, it's tied up. Dustin Garneau with the home run. Let's go. Hey, Dustin could make this team if he keeps it up. I love how baseball can literally change in a blink of an eye. A team can be losing 9-0 in the bottom of the 8th and get 10 runs and win. Yeah, that's the best part about baseball. It's super poetic. The one thing I like about baseball is, in any other context, tell me something. I throw something at you at 90-plus miles an hour, and you're not angry. In fact, you swing a stick at it, and you shoot a baseball up to 100 miles an hour at some guy just standing in the middle of a field. There's something interesting about that setup. Like, there's the whole trust that goes into like the pitcher batter, like there's such a level of like understanding and trust in this game of baseball between everybody. Like, it's crazy. This is a dangerous game, really. And it's just it changes in the blink of an eye. Like, one thing can change it. You could be like, these guys suck, and they hear you, and all of a sudden, like, that's literally the catalyst you need to. Everybody just starts hitting the shit out of it because they get pissy. All right, there we go. We tie it up. That'll Badu grounds out, though, unfortunately. Dustin Garneau comes through, and we'll go to the top of... Oh, I didn't unmute it. Well, I'm going to mute it now. I'm going to keep it muted, rather. Sorry about that. If you ever don't hear, like, the light chatter of the game, just let me know, because sometimes I forget to unmute it. It'll be Kiner Falafa, Andujar, and Inciarte. Kiner Falafa, Andujar, and Inciarte. 3, 4, and 5 for the Yankees due up here in the top of the 4th. 1-1 game. Planasia, Baccarat. Oh, Baccarat at you. Or something like that, where they have to bounce the ball off the ground and has little streaks behind the plate. Is that cricket? There's also rounders and cricket. There's a whole bunch of games that are very much like baseball, but baseball kind of derived from them. Because I'm pretty sure the game rounders is very much like baseball, but baseball changed a few things in that even. It's cricket? Yeah, cricket's really old. That's a cool game. I wish I understood that more, because I'd played a shit out of that. It looks like it's just hitting the shit out of a really hard ball. That looks awesome. I'd really like to play cricket because you got a paddle. Trust me, whenever I get to play a sport or do something where there's like a much bigger thing than them fucking tiny baseball bats, Man, I'm a monster when I get a bigger stick. How do you feel about the ghost runner on second? It's this. I don't like it, Keith. Like, I was really excited that they were getting rid of it for this season. But I also kind of like it as a, what's the word I'm looking for? An emergency measure use. Whereas, like, say you're getting into, like, the 15th or 16th inning, I do think that should be, like, something that is utilized to avoid 18-inning, 19-inning, 20-inning games, because that is kind of stressful on your bullpen. And I kind of like the way that they're going to use it this year. I don't think it's a full season thing. I think they're going to go till, like, halfway through the season, review if it's still needed because of how late the season's starting and how, like, delayed spring training is. I do kind of like it for this year so we don't burn up arms. I don't like it, though, until if we're going to long-term use the extra runner. I don't think it should come to, like, 15th inning, 16th inning, where it's like, all right, this fucking game needs 10. It's 2:30 in the morning. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But, like, the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th inning, I don't see the need for it. But, again, you don't want to burn up all your bullpen arms. And I get that's part of the game. But, like, as we evolve into the understanding of baseball, the understanding of sports science, the understanding of, you know, what's best for the human body in sport, like, we grow to understand these things. We know that it's not good to do the way we used to do baseball. Guys throwing 120 pitches a game, that's probably not for the best. Guys throwing complete games every start, like, what's the point of that? Just so you can blow your arm out? Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, that's what I mean. I wish it's not immediately in the extra innings. Like, I wish it wasn't that. But ultimately, I don't hate it, but I don't like it the way it's being utilized. Like, it's the same with the shift, right? Like, I don't think it's right to actually just outright ban the shift. I'm in favor of if they just get rid of it. Yeah, I would prefer that, but, like, a part of me also, who's, like, a big baseball fan, really likes the strategy that it can occasionally make you have to think about. I think there should be a limit on shifting to, like, 3 times a game, and that's very serious. Like, 3 times only. You can only do it through 3 at-bats. I think that actually elevate, because everyone says it's good strategy. All right, let's really make a strategy. You got 3 of them to use a game, because that way it doesn't become ridiculously overutilized. I think that there is checks and balances you can put on to a game and to these kind of cool rule changes that don't really bother the fans who have been watching it for super long, and it appeases everybody. I think for me, it would make it so that the shift isn't overutilized and an unfair advantage to defense and pitching, and also it makes it so people can still get it. Yeah, he's a combo of analytics and not. I personally would never utilize the shift. The only way I'd shift is backwards and forward, which is part of it. Remember when the only time pitchers would go full game is when they had no hitters or a perfect game going. Otherwise, coaches would pull them in the 6th or 7th. Yeah, no, that's not true at all. There used to be guys like Felix Hernandez who would pitch complete games, 9 innings, throw 145 pitches, and give up 7 hits, 3 runs, and strike out 13 people. No, what do you mean? Guys used to literally go 8 or 9 innings all the time, dude. Like, in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, it was like shameful if you got pulled before the 7th or 8th. Like, if you got pulled in the 6th inning, you were having a bad day. Like, that's a bad start. Now it's like 6th inning, you're done. Like, we don't need to utilize you. We have a bullpen now. You've lost velocity at pitch number 83. We're done. Like, that's how it is now. It's all pitch count now. It's like, what pitch count number does your pitches lose velocity? Does it lose spin? Does it lose this? Does it lose that? That's when they'll pull you. It has nothing to do with anything now. I see guys get pulled in shutouts. I see guys get pulled. If you're not literally throwing a no-hitter, they'll pull you. You could be throwing a 1-hitter into the 9th inning with no runs allowed, and they'll be like, sorry, man, we're going to bring in the closer. It's a 2-0 game, and your velocity dropped last inning by 1%. It's time to pull you. You're not good anymore. And when your velocity drops, you start giving up home runs. So we got to pull you out. That's analytics. That's the way they utilize pitching now. Otherwise, you'd let the guy finish the 1-hitter, right? Like, there's this weird... give and pull with pitching now. That doesn't exist. Like it used to just be if you had a guy who could pitch 9 innings, he pitched 9 innings.
He has a very calm and unassuming demeanor.
That'd be considered a bullpen day, or that'd be a bullpen break day where your bullpen didn't have to do nothing with certain starters. You always had at least 2 guys like that in the rotation.
Lion out there on the mound, or a tiger.
I remember when pitchers used to get. Well, they still do, but I think it maybe pitchers still like the like to go the distance because you can still see it. But younger pitchers don't give a shit. They'll just be like, all right, it's time to go. You see the older guys who are a little bit still in that like mindset where they want to pitch the whole game.
Both those pitches right there are on the outer half fastballs. Did not have a good swing.
Yeah, Keith, I don't know how I feel about the advanced analytics. I get it, and they're helpful, but so that one's tough because it's like they're trying to do what's right by these kids who are very competitive, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. I do think that they should use some common sense, but like an example of why you don't necessarily always let a guy finish a start. What happened to Spencer Turnbull? Why did he tear his UCL? Because of his no-hitter start. You know what I mean? He threw like 130 pitches and he was trying to gas it at 130 miles an hour and he ripped his elbow apart. So do you see where that's harmful? Like yeah, we should let them do this, but these kids are so competitive. They're going to start over-pitching, overthrowing, kind of complicating their pitching when they're tired. They're going to make mistakes with their elbow when they're throwing 90 miles an hour pitching with, fucking tired arm and tired shoulder. And it's like we can look to a direct example that has affected the Tigers this season and last year with Spencer, Like that, I mean, that start literally destroyed that kid's elbow. Like I hope he could pitch again. But also, like, hey, man, I guess if that's the way your baseball career ends, you got to fucking no-hitter out of it, But again, UCL replacement is so easy now. It's like ACL surgeries in the NFL like 5 years ago, where it's like, oh wow, he'll be back soon, and they usually come back pretty good. To me, it's crazy that the NFL has some secret shit that they're doing, and I still don't understand how. Cam Akers ruptured his Achilles tendon 6 months, or like the first week of the NFL season, right? This motherfucker played in week 17 and in the playoffs of an NFL season. This dude recovered in 15 weeks. How is that even what? Achilles is like a 1.5 year injury. I'm telling you guys, the NFL's onto some crazy shit. They recover from ACLs in like fucking 3 months. I don't even know how that's possible, dude.
$6 per game. All members receive access to year-round benefits.
I don't know what kind of evil dark magic the NFL is operating on, whatever witchcraft and wizardry and black magics and fucking Wiccan occult shit that they're doing, but like it's working. They're having Superman recoveries, and the MLB is still a 1.5 years with Tommy John surgery. Like, what do you pay your doctors better, baseball? Fund some research.
Organization is put together, and you talk to players, and they'll tell you.
Well, it's not. Well, I mean, this isn't really a safe situation, but this is when you pitch guys like this. Arnoldus Chapman's in. He's just getting work.
Yeah, if you're going to bring your closer on an hour.
I guess that's what pitcher rotation is for, bro. Why pitchers shouldn't go 1 day, rest, and start on the second day. I definitely disagree with the team having a pitcher starting. Game. No, yeah, 1 day rest is 1 day rest is awful. Yeah, that should be a crime. Your arm will literally just not work. I don't know if you could throw every other day. I mean, they used to, but like again, they didn't used to throw 99 miles an hour or 95 mile an hour sliders and fucking 88 mile an hour curveballs back then. That was a lot more rare back then. These guys are throwing some fucking wild pitches these days with wild arm movement and angles and fucking all kinds of snapping of the wrist. And
I was gonna say, if you're a lefty, you might want to take a pitch.
Back then, I mean, how hard is it to throw fucking 20 fastballs in a row and then a changeup, which is the same arm motion, just a slightly different grip, same release, same everything. If you don't throw your circle change like you do your 2-seam or 4-seam, you're throwing a bad changeup.
You'd love it when a guy would throw into the wall on the warm-up.
My strikeout pitch was a circle change and a 2-seam fastball. I wasn't allowed to throw curveballs and sliders and shit. It sucked. And then I turned 17, and I had a gnarly fucking slider, but I didn't really use it a lot. I liked my two-seam fastball more. I had that pitch figured out.
And bobbled.
Oh, is he safe? Oh, he's still out. Good recovery at third. Fucker.
I don't know.
Good play at third.
Good recovery.
Yeah, I see that, Phil. In the playoffs, it's a kind of a different story, right? Like, I get that in I actually get that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually kind of get that one.
That's not close.
That's playoffs. All rules go out the window, and we're just trying to we're trying to win the World Series, baby. There is no tomorrow. I can get if we lose, then my arm can rest the rest of the offseason. We'll be all right. I'm only gonna pitch 5 innings anyway. Then we're bringing in the bullpen. You know, that one I kind of understand. Playoffs are a little more. You know, I feel like that doesn't count.
Helping the Cubs to a world championship in 2006.
For normal management of players anyway.
You can tell Baez, he's always got a game plan when he comes up to the plate. Right there, it looks like he was taken all the way.
Obviously, the playoffs are more important than the regular season. I don't know. With baseball, it's a little weird. But I guess ultimately the goal is the postseason. But I don't know. I feel like the baseball regular season is a little bit better than postseason. But I feel like that's a hard disagree by everyone else who doesn't watch baseball day in and day out. But I really like regular season baseball compared to postseason baseball.
Look at that shadow from the catcher. See, he moved away. Slider there.
Kind of a cardinal rule, folks, that you don't understand what we're going with this.
1-2 count here with one away in the bottom of the fourth. Baez is hitting against Arnoldis Chapman. He's probably going to get blown away here. Let me guess, very high fastball at about 100 miles an hour. Let's see if I'm right.
Here's the 1-2.
Oh, he threw a curveball. Oh, that was filthy.
For out number 2.
That was a filthy pitch right there.
The first one, and yeah, that was.
Because of the no rest for their arms. That was a nice slider up there. Yeah, Alan, I seen that. I'm very happy to see the Lions get a draft. I was wondering when they will finally get to fucking host a draft. That's usually a sign that they'll get a Super Bowl too soon. So they might be bringing the Super Bowl back up into. Wonder if Detroit's about to get a Super Bowl now.
You're going to see the 100+ mile an hour fastball up there, but.
Getting hurt because for the rest of their arms, and then the team won't have them for however long it takes to. Yeah, I mean I get it, Phil, but like with the playoffs, you know, it's hard to worry about it.
I think it's even more an advantage for the pitchers going.
You don't want to be like Jay Cutler and sit out because you don't want to get hurt for the next playoff game, and then your team gets eliminated. What do I think the Tigers' record will be? I think anywhere from 85 to 90 wins right now. I'm a little bit shaky on their defense. I think the pitching will be a lot better than people think it's going to be, but their infield defense is still questionable. They should have 2 errors this afternoon, but they gave the Yankees 2 mercy hits. 2-0 count though for Candelario with nobody on and 2 away, bottom of the fourth, 1-1 game. A couple long balls, one by Garneau, the other a leadoff homer by Torres. And that's the game. It's the game wrap up. 2 errors and the Tigers got a homer and a single.
Yeah, it's a timing thing, right, Gib?
In recognition, yes. Yep.
Candelario has that single. But I think anywhere from 85 to 90 wins, though, something like that. Regular season games can be way more energetic than the playoffs because if you are fighting for a playoff spot or for first place and you start winning must-needed games. Especially toward the end of the season, like August and September. And the beginning of the season has like some real pop to it.
Now the 2-1 to Candelario.
Yep, that'll be 3-1.
Chapman really struggling here with the feel of his pitches, looking at his hand, looking at his fingers, trying to get the right grip.
Well, it's probably a good thing they brought Chapman out. Did you see Will Smith last night? Crazy how he can't take a simple joke, but he's been the joke himself for years because of Jada cheating. Well, I don't think it's cheating, right? Don't him and Jada have open marriage? Don't they both regularly like shag other people? Like Will was clapping up them Margot Robbie cheeks at the same time she was doing whatever with her guys. So that's not even what. I feel like people forgot that about that part of the whole thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's funny that Will Smith's wife has sex with other guys, but he also has sex with the other ladies. He's clapping up Margot Robbie's cheeks. I mean, yeah, wow, ha, Will. Your wife gets fucked by other dudes while you're out there banging 10 out of 10s. No, I'm pretty sure it's just always been that, man. They're a weird couple. Like they're like an open marriage. You look at all their kids, man. All their kids are weirdos too. It's not a normal group of people that do like normal things. They're like open swingers, and you know, I don't think that they consider anything like that cheating. And it's not really a simple joke, man. Imagine your old lady was going through a medical condition, and someone went up there and started talking shit about her. Like, what? And then she looked at you like, are you really going to let him say that shit about me? You just going to laugh about your girlfriend going bald because of alopecia? You just going to let that happen? Chris Rock's lucky nothing worse has happened to him because of that. I don't know. I don't really think it's funny to make fun of someone who's clearly going through a medical condition. I'm probably not the right guy to say that's just a simple joke, too. Right now, anyway. I don't know, because Will Smith's a weird guy. I don't know, he's an emotional guy. He was like crying last night, too. Can you find me more examples of Will Smith not being an emotional weirdo about everything? If you can find me examples of him not being a super emotional weird guy, then I'll pay you. This dude cries about like the color of the sky, the grass being green, a nice gentle breeze will probably make him cry. He's a weird guy, man. So because he's like, again, and also like maybe he thinks the jokes about the cheating is a lot different than someone being, you know, having a medical condition. Do you also think the scope and scale of the jokes are a little different? Like, you make a mistake. Oh, that guy got hit, I guess. Licardo gets a base because he got hit. Top of the fifth. Like, sure, you can maybe just kind of brush off the jokes about the cheating and all that silly shit, right? It's kind of a different scope and scale, right? You know, infidelities, whatever, you know, marriage stuff, that's whatever. But if you make fun of somebody for like being sick and struggling with some kind of medical condition, man, that's not a joke. That's literally like kind of like malicious. I don't know. Like there's a level of it's like a different feeling, right? Like
But there's some other guys that
a good example, like if some, you know, making fun of somebody who has like is dying of cancer would be, or like is struggling with like chemo treatments, or has some kind of medical issue. That's not. There's nothing funny in that whole thing. Maybe they shit their pants, and that's hilarious from something completely unrelated to the medical condition. Maybe 20 years ago they shit on themselves really badly, and you're making fun of them for that. No one's gonna fucking give you shit for, you know, the past mistake getting made, being joked about. Don't joke about the fucking current medical problems. Like that, there's nothing funny to that. And the person who defended, like her husband, probably should have said, did something. It's like, listen, you guys make all these fucking jokes that we let roll off our backs. But if you're gonna sit here and start making fun of our fucking family's health, maybe I should get it. You know, enough's enough on that. There's a line and the motherfucker crossed it. And you know what? I agree with what Will Smith did there. He had. What the fuck's Chris Rock doing? Why is he going after people's health and shit? Like, make jokes about her being a slut and him being a weirdo that's into it.
Take a while to get adjusted to the whole concept, but when it's all said and done, players just have.
Yeah, I get that, but like, man, hey, maybe you shouldn't go after people for just being bald, man. You know what I mean? Like, comedians have a risky job, and I will say, like, you know, it sucks to be a comedian sometimes, but like, hey, man, maybe you should have reached out and asked about, hey, is she bald because she's like, you know, did she shave it, or is it? And it's like a well-known thing. She has alopecia. She's struggling with alopecia. She's like very, very open about it. Hey, shit, that's gonna get runs in for the Yankees. That'll get both of them in. It's 3-1 Yankees, and that looks like a. I don't know if the guy went to second, Guzman, or if he went to. Yeah, he went to second. So a base is clearing double. I think Rock would know because she's been open about the alopecia struggle. So it kind of comes off weird. I think her like most recent Red Table Talk thing was about how she's dealing with all that. Which, I mean, man, alopecia, that's got to be a rough one, man. Your hair just falls out because you're so stressed out about life. That's got to suck. Like, you're having such a bad body response to stress that your hair is just like, I'm out, and it just starts dropping off in clumps. That's brutal, man. That's a tough one to deal with. I'm very happy I don't have to deal with that situation. I don't think so. As long as Chris Rock doesn't want to press charges, it's not really. I don't. The state probably won't. I mean, it's kind of a pretty light open slap.
Had a great spring. Not to be critical.
Not necessarily. I've seen people smack people in front of cops and not get arrested. Not really. I've literally seen it happen. I've literally seen somebody get punched in front of a cop and nothing happens, man. I don't know. It's one of them things where it's all about if somebody presses charges. The state probably doesn't want to deal with any of that. It's a fucking open-handed smack. Should someone really be arrested for that? No. If you think someone should be arrested for that, you're kind of a bitch. And you're part of the problem. No, I don't think somebody should be arrested for being smacked at all. No. And I don't think that he's going to be. Unless Chris Rock presses charges, nothing's going to come of that situation. And also, by the way, rich people play by a different set of rules than all of us. You forgot, Phil, you're not rich. And you know what I mean? Like, we're not rich people. He's a rich person, and they don't have to follow the laws. Like, you know that. I know that. Anybody with a net worth over a few $1 million, the laws just no longer really apply to them in any capacity. And that'll be out of play. Runners at the corners. I don't know why Rodriguez is still. I guess just let him get pitches.
The very first pitch of the afternoon from Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, you know how it is, Phil. You know how it goes. If you got any kind of money in your bank, you don't get charged with crimes. The fuck? The law works for you. The law does your bidding, not the other way around. You don't get. The law can't. Justice doesn't apply to you when you're fucking filthy rich. You deliver justice. You decide the outcome.
Max McDowell's single through the left side. That one squirts through the wickets of Garneau. And
spitting on someone's always actually been considered assault. Did you know that? I actually got I almost got criminally charged as a 15-year-old for spitting on somebody. It's when I did it, it was almost considered an act of biological terrorism. Pass ball, it'll be 4-1. 0-2, runner at second.
It's underneath the glove.
He just flinched a little bit.
I was just about to ask, unless you commit murder. No. Okay, so yeah, we agree. Yeah, okay, we're in agreement. Yeah. No, I don't think a regular citizen will get arrested for a smack. I don't really think so. Not in that. There's context and everything. There's again, unless Chris Rock presses charges, there's nothing the state will go after in that one. Even if you were just some guy, you might get detained for a minute. And the cops would be like, you know what, dude? Are you guys? They'd ask the guy, "You pressing charges?" It wouldn't. There's probably not even paperwork filed on it. You know what I mean? Unless Chris Rock, if the victim doesn't cooperate, then what's the state gonna do? Well, we seen him do it. No, you didn't. That wasn't me. Well, we don't have any proof otherwise. Well, I didn't do it. Well, it's on TV. That wasn't me. It clearly looks like you. Could have been anybody who looks like me. It's Hollywood. You never know what makeup somebody's wearing. Is Chris Rock here to say that he did it? That I did it? No? Well, it's my word versus nobody's. I win. Like there's no... Yeah, that's my doppelganger. I'm fucking Will Smith. What do you say? What do you say? Yeah, I think the Tigers will be good, Scott. Yeah, he accepted his award, too. Will Smith is a gangster, man. The dude from Philly came out for just a split second last night. Again, as long as Chris doesn't press charges, I don't think anything will come of it. Number one, he's like a celebrity. Number two, it's a pretty light crime. Like, what's he going to get? Community service? No one even get. The worst you get is a fine in community service for smacking somebody. You don't want to go to jail for that shit. Now, if you close-handed somebody, if it was a punch, he would have probably been arrested on the spot. I'm telling you, the difference is this versus this. You don't want to do this to somebody. If you do this to somebody, it becomes a real serious crime. This is lighthearted and kind of silly.
have it happen during the regular season, but it's okay for spring.
Someone in the comments said one little fight. I do think the Tigers are 85-60 to 90 wins as a team. I think they've improved on every aspect. Offense is a little better. Pitching is a little better. The defense should not hard to be better than defense. Foul ball, 3-2 count, runner at second. 1 away, 4-1 Yankees. They kind of busted it open here in the top of the fifth.
The last thing we did was play darts, right? So you throw a dart.
Yeah, that's a whole crazy situation. I kind of feel bad for everyone involved. By the way, thank you for the 10 whole likes. We're going to get nowhere near the like goal of 20, but that's quite all right. I guess no one really appreciates the content today. That's quite all right. You don't have to like it.
But you would surprise yourself if you stay with it. How you
probably why the views are just dead. No one's decided to leave a like on anything.
And didn't have a good arm.
Yeah, they walked him. All right, 2 on and 1 out. Why is this guy still pitching?
When your legs get tired as a base runner, you do the same thing. When you get fatigued with your legs, you almost want to back.
Lack of likes just tell me that I shouldn't do these streams anymore. That's really all it means to me. So that's fine.
So you're actually running 3/4 speed, but you're running just as fast.
That's what I base these on.
With your arm, Jack, or is it totally different?
No,
it's a pretty solid sign that these streams aren't really appreciated.
You know, when I heard you tell that story, and I have never heard you say that one before.
Yeah, like likes are the only way these things get pushed into algorithms anymore. Likes or dislikes really any kind of interaction, and a lack of doing it just makes the stream die.
You know, if you don't mind, it don't matter.
But I appreciate it. We're up at 11, doing strong.
Trick yourself sometimes.
I know it's hard. It's a hard thing to do.
Or that you're better fatigued than the other guy.
Yeah,
to click a button, but I get it.
That's a great point.
It's
Everybody gets
too much for
feeble-minded
people.
Everybody's banged up and sore. So what?
There's 1 and 2. Double play. Good job by Torkelson to stay on the base. All right. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th now. Hopefully the Tigers can get some runs back here. It's 4-1 Yankees after the Tigers just – the pitching kind of just didn't hold through. It'll be some guys due up in the bottom. Let me see. It'll be Cabrera, Scope, and Green. Cabrera, Scope, and Green here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-1 Yankees. We're getting smoked up on by the Yankees. All right, I got to – oh, actually, I don't think I have to mute it. No, I do. No, it's commercials. All right, I have to mute it because it's a commercial break. Muting it because it's a commercial break. Yeah, I don't know. And it's crazy how most of them are streamers. A lot of them people are streamers too, and they bitch that I don't watch their content. But it's like, really, you guys, at least I go in and leave a like on your videos. I can say for a fact I know half the people that bitch that I don't watch their content don't even bother showing up. They're probably not even subscribed to the channel anymore. All the people I used to associate and stream with. Because I guess I don't have the time to watch all of their streams. It's like, nah, man, I'm fucking busy. But I make sure I, leave a like. It's for the algorithm. That's all. Yeah, here's the all-speed part of the lineup coming up. There we go. Game's back on. But it's all right, Phil. T's all right. Live streams are weird. Videos are weird. I don't know where the hell everybody is. Again, I think my channel's having problems with certain suppression. But tease what to tease.
See how many I can go, and leave it up to them to decide when that threshold is hit, or if not, hopefully I can just go out there and play.
They've really shored up the middle of this infield. How much does that help a pitcher?
How are all my videos being considered not good? What the fuck, man?
You look at Javi Baez, he makes some of the most incredible plays in the big leagues, so I'm very excited to test his limits, and maybe something gets hit in the middle or the 6th hole where I'm like, oh, that's a knock, and he takes it away, and that might change a game. You might not just get a couple more wins.
Yeah, I'm getting yellow badged on every single stream for no reason. Like my Tigers and Phillies thing was yellow badged. My stream last night was yellow badged for no reason. I mean, I'm reviewing all of them, so I mean, it's obvious like I'm getting suppressed because of that. So please make sure you leave likes and shit, like because there's literally no way around this. I'm like, my channel's getting pushed down for I don't even know what I did.
Eventually, he's got visa issues right now and cannot work out with the team yet.
The processor, because I put in I put something I cleaned it off and wanted to put on a new cooler for it. so it actually had like an efficient cooling thing instead of like the stock one. And I put it in like there's with AMD processors there's like a golden triangle in a specific spot you put it into, and I put it in like wrong. I just put it in the other way because I just mixed up what the triangle was. I misseen it, and I went to put down this very heavy they're the Cooler Master ones that you have to like bolt down onto your fucking motherboard. And I pushed that down on it, and it just mushed it. Just completely bent all the pins out and fucked the whole thing up.
And helped this team, especially in the bullpen, because of the injury to Kyle Funkhauser.
Yeah, today is so different than the 50s and 60s where
all the pins got fucked.
But they're in shape year-round, and now knowing that the season is underway, that the lockout is over, and baseball is going to resume.
If that makes sense,
all players
to some extent.
You know, even if you aren't on a big league roster, you were probably throwing and working out during that lockout.
All right, 1-2 count for Cabrera.
Acting as though it could happen any day.
Lewis Gill comes on to pitch. Funkhauser is injured. Yeah, I heard about that. Oh, Gill's pitching now for the Yankees.
Even in my career, early in my career in the early 70s, late 70s, players were. Yeah,
everything else was perfectly fine. It was just the one part that was kind of bad. I'm surprised the motherboard took no damage as well, but I don't know. I have a good motherboard. I have a B450 Aorus from Gigabyte, so and it's like the Pro Wi-Fi edition. So it's a good one, I would say.
Luis Heel starts his afternoon out with a 97-mile-per-hour strikeout of Miguel Cabrera, and there's one away in the Tigers' field.
Well, Miggy's probably going to see a lot of heaters this year.
Cabrera strikes out.
Elevated. His timing not quite right yet, and that ball got by him up in the zone. But that's what spring training is all about for hitters and pitchers, is to get that preseason.
Yeah, this stream's not doing good at all. I'm probably not doing this whole game.
Likes his fastball. You can see there.
Likes are down, views are down. No reason to finish it.
When you're dotting it at 97 on a regular basis.
It's good. I would have put the stock one back on until I got a non-replacement. Until I got a replacement cooler. Is that what you ended up doing? No. I put the big boy on it. It had nothing to do with the cooler. I just put the fucking PCU in wrong, or CPU in wrong.
Everything's about velocity for pitchers. You don't go to D1.
Yeah, that was complete user error. I fucked up. But yeah, no, I have it on there. It's fucking great. How fucking cold is my computer right now? Actually, that bad boy's running at 28 degrees Celsius, and I have it clocked up at about 3.9 megahertz right now, doing pretty good. I've got multiple windows open. I've got Discord. I'm streaming. I have my computer under a pretty good load, and it's just chilling. 28's a great temperature to have with as much as I'm doing. GPU's only sitting at 33. Got that bitch nice and fucking cool.
Get much on it with that throw. He tried, but he pulled the first baseman off the bag.
Now I got a nice piece of fucking giant steel cooling my computer, and it's all cooled on air, and a giant piece of metal that's cold.
Green grounded out to short his first time on.
2-1 with the runner at first and 1 away.
Conversation with
No, never mind. Yeah, 0-1 with the runner at first, 1 away. Yep.
And he talked about a lot of things that he's watching.
Let's go, Garneau. Or no, this is Green. Sorry.
Proper or incorrect base by certain players.
0-2 with safe spot.
Pitch walk the other day. I think it was against the Phillies. It was a phenomenal at bat. Torkelson then followed with.
Yeah, I messed up with pins and shit.
And these guys.
That was my
shown
issue.
A better eye than I think a lot of people thought they could.
You know, you bring up a great point, Shep, and it's about
this one pounded to center.
Just missed it. Just missed like the home run depth needed. 2 away here with the runner at first now, and Torkelson will be due up to hit in just a moment.
Game video highlights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more on your Detroit Tigers and everything around Major League Baseball. Download the MLB app today.
My thought was Riley Green coming through the minor leagues. You know, you've got guys from all over the country that are thrown together in professional ball at the minor league level.
All right, Torkelson to bat against Gill.
Are getting familiar with each other. It's about where'd you come from? Oh, your school stunk. You know, oh, well, we beat your school, and you know, stuff like that. You get to the big leagues and they're talking baseball. Every guy in that dugout is talking baseball. So I think you really
It'll
can
be up
learn
high, ball one.
baseball stuff from guys that have experienced more than 1 year in the minor leagues, right? When you're a kid, you're around a lot of other kids. But when you become a man,
See what Torque's about to do here.
At the big league level, it's baseball 24/7.
1-0. It'll be that probably should have been a strike. 2-0. I'll take the break call though. I'll take the favorable call for the Tigers on that one though. 2-0.
I'm going to go look up and see how good he can play. And then I asked him if he saw the video of Riley Green's batting practice homer into the Pepsi porch at Comerica Park.
We saw it live.
Yeah, we did.
2-1.
I told them about it. I asked Riley Green the same thing of Spencer Torkelson.
If they don't call that one,
you
they're kind of fucking squeezing
a guy
this
like
pitcher.
Spencer Torkelson. He said, "Well,
like Jesus.
When you're breaking records at Arizona State, when you're mashing as many home runs that he hit, and
Pretty big deal, by the way, to be like one of Arizona State's best like ever players. They have like a wild level of like successful Major League Baseball players that come out of there. Arizona State, a lot of those like southern like Southwest, out west, down south schools are like just fucking jacked at baseball. Of course, you got schools like Michigan who are usually pretty good. A lot of like the private school, like those like Ivy League schools are pretty decent at baseball, like Penn and shit like that.
Kid out of college, they were both the best there was relative to where they were playing at the time.
You find weird ass teams like William and Mary just kicking ass at baseball. You got like Vanderbilt is like the fucking current like big daddy school and shit.
Same in this year's spring training. Sends one in the air to center.
That should be the third out unless he drops it.
He's got it. And that ends the Tigers' fifth. It's a 4-1 Yankees lead on Bell.
All right, we'll go to the top of the sixth here. Top of the sixth coming up. This is probably the last inning we'll wind up watching just because it kind of gets weird after this inning. Top of the sixth coming up. It'll be Andujar, Inciarte, and La Castro. What's up, Jared? How's it going? Well, you guys won the real game. I don't know what. Usually after the sixth inning ends, it's like, well, you guys win. The rest of this game is complete garbage and doesn't actually mean real things. But yeah, you guys won the real game, it looks like. We couldn't hit today. Old Eduardo was up to his old ways, getting beat up on by the Yankees. It's cool that the draft is going to be in Detroit, too. That's awesome. I might actually go to that shit. I don't know yet. Can't complain. Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Just been chilling, waiting for this regular season to get going next week. When do you guys play? The 7th or the 8th? When do the Tigers? White Sox versus Tigers. April 8th. All right, we're just like 2 weeks away. Just got to get through this week and next week, and then we got baseball. You play the 7th? Oh, wait, that's probably better than we play. I just thought about that. I was like, oh, haha, you bitches. You guys don't get to play till 1st. How's that feel, huh? You bitch. And then I just realized. We're actually the bitches. You guys want to see something funny?
DavidGetPaid.com and by your local Toyota dealer.
No, what the fuck? Show me the image, though. No, I want to see the image.
Catch a little sun, watch some baseball, hang out with some friends. That's what it's all about down here in Lakeland. Ronnie Garcia is part of our Wallside Windows pitching change.
I don't know what the fuck this is. Why I downloaded an image. Look at Brian Rule, man. Or Matt Rule. Look at this guy. This is an NFL coach. That's Matt Rule. This is from the coach pictures today, right? You see there's Hackett, there's what's his name? Fucking hard-ass boy. Vrabel. I don't know who any of these guys. I think that's Doug Peterson. Some of these guys I don't know, but isn't it just hilarious that this is Matt Rule? Everything about this outfit is probably the funniest. It just gets funnier when you look at the fucking pained expression on this man's face. The fucking weird, like, lean he's doing with his upper body. The shoes with no... The dirty ass looking pants, kind of like I can't tell if that's a stain or a shadow. These are super wrinkled. Everyone else is like, you know, looking pretty coif. And there's this dipshit with his he has Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I think that is Harbaugh.
Facing Miguel and Duhar to start. And then it'll be
Poor Matt Rule, man. That's got to be one of the most hilarious pictures I've ever seen of a football coach. Yeah, Will Smith smacked the shit out of that guy. Hilarious. I'm all for stuff like that. That was probably the greatest moment in the history of that whole award show.
I think as a pitcher, it's all about trust.
That moment will never be topped. That shit is crazy. Andy Reid looks more normal in that picture because he's just kind of hidden. But Andy Reid and Cliff Kingsbury were the only guys brave enough to wear shorts. Belichick also wore shorts, but he doesn't get in that picture as he's not part of the coaching association. Yeah, I know. It's fucking weird, dude. Let me tell you. That's why he's not in Madden. He has nothing to do with the coaching union or any of that shit.
Because of the arm angle.
Dude, kudos to, by the way, to Chris Rock for holding back. That dude, you know the meme of the kid with the like face that's all red and he's like obviously holding his breath or something or about to fart or some shit like that. I don't really know what the story is, but it's out and it's a meme. That was literally Will Smith after he got smacked. After Will Smith said, "Keep my name out of your mouth," dude. Look, fucking Chris Rock's eyes got big and shit. Like his pupils, like fucking went microscopic. I was like, oh no, he's gonna do it again. Every part of Chris Rock's body is like, fucking do another one, hit him again. And it's almost astounding that he held back. You can hear him go, and it's like, oh, poor Chris Rock. He wanted to deliver because if he would have said what he wanted to say, that would have been one of the craziest motherfucking responses ever in history. That shit would have been like, oh, there might have been a whole thing. But I'm glad Chris Rock was somehow able to avoid that moment where he went. Inciarte, yep, Inciarte's up now. Inciarte, however you say it. Yeah, leadoff walk. Garcia's now pitching. News outlets and other sources saying whatever happened after that. Will Smith might have to give his award back. His only reward he's gotten his whole life.
Tigers playing to pull.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think the Academy Awards are going to be that upset about it. You want to know why I think that? Because that was the most buzz the Oscars has ever gotten in probably a decade. Dude, there are videos of that with like fucking 200 million views on it. Ain't no way the Oscars are going to be that upset. They're like, listen, we're back in international news, baby. Let's go. Everybody's rewatching the Oscars. This is a great show for us. That's my only counter argument is it's not like it's like reflecting bad on them, so you know, very little reason to ask for it back or anything. In my opinion, anyway, like it's like well, the coolest thing that's ever happened. You guys are gonna punish Will Smith for it. The best moment in Oscars history.
Good one today. Yeah, they're all sitting around looking up and.
Man, that must have been a tough moment for. I don't know. That was weird. That guy just fucking bodied up getting that ball.
It is about as nice as it
right, like this guy stole that ball and then he like tossed it to a kid anyway. I think some people just genuinely enjoy like the rush of going for a foul ball and getting it, and then being like, I don't fucking want this. This is my thing. I just give them away after I get them. I don't want them.
Knock on your door like he usually does. Hey, what are you doing? Sleeping?
Yeah, that's what you mean. Like barely anybody. Like a lot of people knew it was on. Some people didn't. Boy, oh boy, everybody knew what the fuck happened at the Oscars last night. That's a crazy thing, isn't it? I wouldn't be too upset. That's gonna be an out.
To center field.
Should be the first out of the inning, and it is. The sun looked a little difficult there, but there will be one away with the runner at first here in the top of the sixth.
That'll bring up Tim LeCastro.
Yeah, next year they're going to have some kind of smack thing, and everyone's going to be like, yeah, it's not that good, though. Sorry. I still can't tell if they planned that or if it wasn't planned. I'm 50-50 on it, you know what I mean? Because there is part of me that's like, that felt so motherfucking fake. But also, like, Will Smith isn't that good of an actor, guys. Let's be very honest. He's really not that good of an actor. I mean, he's a funny actor. He's a likable guy, very charismatic when he's acting. But like, you know, there's a reason he just got an Oscar. It took him a while. Remember in I Am Legend when he was talking to the mannequins and he's like, "Please say hello to me." That's my favorite Will Smith moment in any of the movies he's ever done, by the way, is in I Am Legend when he starts like having a mental breakdown, and it's just the worst mental breakdown. He did way better in Pursuit of Happiness with that kind of shit, but like that role probably should have got him something. But in I Am Legend, he's like, "Please say hello to me," and like that, and it's like, this is not good acting. Like, dude, just do what you did in Pursuit of Happiness. You were actually really, really good. That's where he should have won an Oscar, is that goddamn movie. That was such a good movie, and then he never made nothing good again until that Serena movie just came out. Or King Richard or whatever. Is that what he won for?
You won't go unnoticed if you're good enough.
Playing the role of Richard Williams, I'm guessing.
Good jump, too.
Good movie. I mean, but it's like, I don't know. Pursuit of Happiness, arguably better acted movie. A second one, maybe. Is there an actual sequel to the book or to the original story?
So now Ronnie's ahead in the count.
I wonder which ending they're gonna go with, because there's two endings to the movie.
Here's the 1-2. Down the left field line.
Man, we're getting smoked up by the Yankees right now.
Just shy of the wall, and Duhar holds up at third.
I mean, they might be, but is there like a, because they didn't adapt the original, the Will Smith adaptation is just like a, you know, they just changed a few things from being like vampires or some shit into zombies for the, I think the initial I Am Legend to the remake. But like, is there a second version of the story that they can adapt? Because I don't think the people who wrote the I Am Legend adaptation for Will Smith is, I don't know if they can come up with a whole second movie. We'll see though. I hope there's nobody in it. It's just zombies running around for 2 hours.
They don't want to allow the Yankees any more runs here.
And then one of them gives just like birth to a normal baby and they kill it, and then it's like Finn. Or it like just has a question mark for the finish. That'd be a good ass I Am Legend movie. It'd be a good plot twist, right? Like the zombies have regular babies and they eat them. It's like, ugh. 0-1. Even though they're not, I don't even think they're zombies, are they? Oh, hit him. Bases loaded, one away. Did they ever say what they were? They kind of, I don't. Are they zombies or are they like kind of just mutants? Yeah, it's not good, Connor. It's 4-1 with the bases loaded and one out. And are they doing the pinch hitters now? No. Guzman is up.
Yeah, I mean it's not the worst case scenario because now you have.
Confirmed, I thought I read something about it March 4th. They confirmed the second movie. It's called I Am Immune, coming out 2023. Oh, boy. Is it Will Smith again? I thought he died. Wait. Or is that in the alternative one? My favorite thing to smoke is packs of the people I defeat.
Got to face Ronald Guzman now.
Mind your own business, Jordan, you fucking weirdo.
A 2-run double in the fifth. That's when.
What's your favorite thing to do? Suck dick or get fucked in your ass? Jordan. Don't ask me personal questions and I won't be mean to you.
Up high, 2-0.
Good. Now go fuck yourself. See ya.
Lower half, we mentioned it, Shep.
Yeah, your answers weren't funny, so bye-bye.
Thus the ball stays up in the zone.
Yeah, I would think it can be a good thing from throwing different arm angles, and it could also be a negative.
You're nothing but a silly little troll anyway that only comes here for links, so goodbye. You're no longer going to get links anymore. Fucking bitch.
Not a lot of
I already didn't like you from last year, Jordan, because you only come and ask for links and then ask shitty little questions like that. So get curb stomped in GTA, you little faggot.
Try to nibble here. You
Bitch.
can't try to trick anybody. You just gotta.
I'm in no mood. I have zero patience for trolls anymore. This is my new way of dealing with them. I'm very aggressive and I just ban them. I have no patience left for these people.
Shane Livensparger, our home plate umpire here on this Monday afternoon in Lakeland.
We're talking about the actor, Connor, not the baseball player. So yeah, 3-1 from Ronnie Garcia coming up.
Here it is.
Or is it Brian?
Rounder wide of first.
Another ball there. Another 10 feet to the right. And
No, it
he
is
might
Ronnie.
get out of the
Okay.
inning. Torque could maybe step on first.
But Connor, yeah, the one who's in the movies, not. I mean, obviously not the baseball player. Why would the baseball player be starring in a movie that he didn't star in, or in the movie that Will Smith, the actor, starred in?
Payoff. Grounder through the hole on the left side.
How's it? Ah, fucking Christ!
Run is home.
There's gonna be two.
Chugging home. He's in there with a head first.
2-run score. It's 6-1 Yankees. Jesus Christ!
Here in the sixth.
It's getting pretty ugly out here.
Ronnie Garcia's day last 25 pitches.
They're doing a pitch and change.
To the bullpen. The Tigers trailing by 5. We welcome back in our teammate Kirk Gibson.
All right, I'm going to mute it because it's going to go to a commercial break probably. So muting it because it's going to commercial break. I'll unmute it once it pops back on. Yeah, I'm going to be done after the Tigers bat in the 6th inning. We didn't come anywhere near the light goals or anything like that. So sorry about that. No stream after the 6th inning tonight. Preseason, you kind of have to like hit the light goal by the 6th inning, or I dip. I'm not about to stream to people who don't really like what's being streamed to them. I got better shit I could go do, like play video games and fucking eat food. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, it's another thing. I just don't give a shit about preseason games. If it was regular season, I'm doing the whole game. But like, you know, they're about to start bringing in the shit squads in the 7th. I just know how preseason works. By the 6th or 7th inning, the game is completely useless. Unless you're only watching for your team's like backups, then it's like, well, why'd you watch the first 6 innings then? Just tune in for the last 3. You only have to waste like 40 minutes. But when the game resumes, it'll be Foley pitching by the looks of it. Yeah, because that's who the name I see is Foley. Will come in and pitch. There's 2 on, 1 away, and McDowell's now batting. Or is batting. I don't know if he's been in the game the whole time. Let me look. Yeah, he has been. I'm guessing this is the Yankees' last time through the lineup because this is everyone's 3rd at bat, but we'll see. Bleh. Tigers, Jays, 1 o'clock, Monday.
Yankees scored 3 in the 5th, a couple more here in the 6th after getting on the board on the very first pitch in the 1st against Eduardo Rodriguez.
It looks like no one's really watching anymore. It's
Time
like,
for a
Jesus.
wall side windows pitching change. Jason Foley's a very interesting arm in camp. He's now in for Ronnie Garcia, the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Tigers.
Another guy that is striving to try to make the bullpen here as we head north in a little bit of about a week, Shep. It's a little over a week. Yeah, Foley.
Well, if everyone's just already dipping out, I can just dip out now too. It's not a big deal.
But he's a guy that has some of the pitches that they're looking for. Keeps the ball down with the breaking ball. Can sink it, can run it.
And facing Mac
Ball 1
to start. Gibby, I thought it was interesting talking to Jason Foley. He said, I asked him about this camp, and he said, I feel like
all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream this afternoon. It's kind of dying out. No one's really here anymore. So, all right. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching. To those who actually watched and chatted, I appreciate you. Thanks for the likes if you left one. Yeah, that's all.